So as I always tell you, you can mute yourself and you can unmute yourself whenever you want to ask any question or participate, okay? But let us first start. Our lesson is going to be about decimals. So our lesson is lesson 2, chapter 4, and it's about decimals. But today I'm going only to talk about only one objective, okay? So not all the lesson is required, only half of it, okay? So pay attention. First of all, let us remember together what's the meaning of a decimal. A decimal number. First of all, if I ask you to give me a number between 3 and 4, can you find a number between 3 and 4?
No.
No. Of course, we don't have a whole number between 3 and 4. 3, then 4. How can I find a number between 3 and 4? Actually, there are numbers between 3 and 4, but not whole numbers. They don't express whole part. They express decimal. Decimal, okay? So the
Decimal number.
yes, decimal numbers are numbers between two consecutive or two numbers after each other. So for example, between 0 and 1, there are 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 0 0.4, 0 0.5, 0 0.6, 0 0.7, 0 0.8, 0 0.9, and then 1. Okay? So this is a decimal number. Now I'm going to give you an example from real life, from our daily life. Okay, حسين؟ فينا نقعد straight انت وهادي مش نتصلح. Can we sit straight please? يلا يا حسين sit straight مثل ما بنقعد بالصف وهادي كمان.
بس انا قاعد منيح بس لانه حاط الايباد على فخاده.
اقعد straight هادي وانت وحسين كمان اقعد straight
طلع
please.
الناس قاعد ستريت.
يا هيك اقعد يا هادي. يا so
بس لا هذا الايباد هو.
So if for example you have 3 bars of chocolate, how many bars of chocolate do you have? 3 bars of chocolate. You ate the first one and you ate the second one, but you ate half of the third one. So how many bars of chocolate did you eat?
2.5.
2.5. Exactly. So does 2.5 express a complete thing? Just mute yourself. Mute yourself. I can hear voices beside you.
Miss, no.
So did we eat the whole thing? No. So that's
No.
one use of decimal numbers. Okay? So let us go back. So for example, هلا ممكن you can eat half the bar. You can eat نتشة. صح? You can eat small amount. You can eat big amount. So this depends on the decimal part. Okay? So let us repeat. We said that a decimal number, it's a number between two whole numbers, right? So for example, if I asked you to give me a decimal number between 10 and 11, what it could be?
Maybe 10.1 or 10.2.
Yes. Very
10.5, 10.6.
That's very good, guys. So let us talk about the decimal. So the decimal, it actually consists of a whole part and a decimal part. The whole part is to the left and it expresses how many whole things did you eat. So for example, in this case, you ate 39 and natchi because it's 0.1, right? So 39, it actually expresses the whole thing, while 0.1, it expresses the decimal part, the small amount, okay? And they are separated by a
Point.
By a point. What do we call this point?
Decimal point.
Decimal point. Okay?
Decimal.
Decimal point. So what did we learn till now? That we have a decimal number. Everything to the left is whole part. Everything to the right is the decimal part. And they are separated by a point.
Decimal point.
Very good. What we are going to learn today is to how to Miss, I can hear voices يا Miss اللي مش عامل mute, please mute yourself. Yeah. So what we are going to learn today is how do I write this number? How do I write this number in word form? Okay? That's the only thing we are going to learn today. How do I change this number into word form? Okay? But before we start, we're going to do something. This thing is, remember together the place value of the digits. So suppose I have here a point. Let us first talk about the whole part. Did you see the whole part? What's the first digit?
1.
Then
Tens, hundreds, thousands, thousands, 10,000.
what do we have after 10,000?
Million.
No?
Million.
100,000.
100,000. Very good. After 100,000, we have 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, and so on. So you still remember them, right?
Yes.
Great. Now we are going to learn what happens in the decimal part. So in the decimal part, we start by tenths. ما في ones. Okay, so the first digit in the decimal part is tenths. Can you see this THS?
Yes.
Yes.
Then,
Yes, miss. We can see.
then hundredths, then thousandths, then 10,000s. Okay, so if you put at the end THS, it means that it's in the decimal part. Okay, Yalla, before we continue, let us take an example. So suppose I have this number. Okay, can you see this number?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let us start. I'm going to start now by the whole part. 2 is the ones. Tens.
Tens, hundreds,
Hundreds. Thousands.
Thousands.
thousands,
10,000.
10,000. Million.
100,000.
100,000.
and
Million.
Million. Very good. Now let us start by the decimal part. What's the first digit? 10.
Hundreds. Hundred thousand.
100,000. Is it clear?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Great. So let us go back.
Miss, can you repeat it?
شو هي اللي بدي اعملها repeat؟ شو هي اللي بدي اعملها repeat يا مس؟
Me.
I think
إيه شو هي اللي بدي اعملها repeat؟
حسن دايخ.
إيه بعرف انه حسن، بس شو هي اللي بدي اعملها repeat؟
ولا عملتيهم.
يا حبيبي ما هلا كنا عم نحكي عنهم، حارجع اعد لك السلايد. بس هولي من سنة الماضية انا بعد ما شرحت شيء. ها؟ حسن أول digit هون ones. 5 is in the ones. 4 tens. 3 hundreds. 2 thousands. 1 10,000. بس لما بروح على الديسيمال part عندي 6. جاوبني يا حسن. tenths. برافو. 7
hundreds,
8
thousands,
9 يعني دايما بالديسيمال بارت بنبلش بالتنثز. hundreds thousands 10,000. اوكي هذا اللي حكينا بعد ما حكينا شيء ثاني. هلا after revising the place value of the digits we are going to remember together how can I write a number in word form. The first thing you have to do is to read. يلا mute yourself يا مس كثير عم حوصل لمرحلة أعملكم كلكم ميوت وما تقدروا تعملوا أميوت. So the first step is to read the whole part. So we always start by the whole part which is to the left. Then whenever I see the point, I replace it with and. Then I read the decimal part, but after reading the decimal part, you have to tell me where did the number reach? Which place value did the number reach? Let us take an example. So if I have 20.045, the first step, don't forget, start reading the whole part. This is the whole part. What's the whole part?
20.
20. So I write 20. Every time I see the point, what do I replace it by? And. Now I read the decimal part. What do I have in the decimal part?
45,
45. But don't forget.
so tenths, hundreds, thousands,
هذه.
thousands.
But don't forget that you have to put at the end the place value you reached. So this is the 0 is tenths. The 4 is
100.
5 is
1,000.
I write thousands because I reached the thousands. Okay?
Teacher.
هاي أول مرة بلايف سيشن بعيط هالقد. يعني عم حاول أعلي صوتي فوق الضجة اللي عم تعملوها. The last thing I'm going to explain is that if I have 0 at the end of a number here, this 0 is useless and you can cross it out. Okay, so this 0 is useless and you can cross it out. So if I have 0 at the end of the decimal part, we can remove it. Anyone have any question before we continue?
No.
Okay, I'm going. Yeah. نعم.
إذا ما حطينا القاس بتخصمي لنا علامة؟
إيه أكيد حبيبي لأنه بدك أنت لازم تحط THS مع بعضهم. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Just a second, because I'm going to give you exercises to do. Okay? اهدوا. لانا. الشبكة الجديد أحلى من الكومباكت. Yeah. So I'm going to pick you one by one to answer the questions. Yeah. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to start by exercise number 2 here. This is number 2. We already have the numbers and I want you to write them in word form. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to start by محمد حيدر. محمد?
Yes.
يلا يا محمد. Can you see the first one? 37.3. Number 2, the first one here. Did you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
37.3.
يلا. Write it in word form.
We put the dot.
يلا محمد نحن we are trying to read it in word form. Okay? So first of all we read the whole part. The whole part شو هو?
37.
Very good. So the first thing I'm going to do is to write 37. Okay? Instead of the point, what do I write? What do I put without instead of the point? محل البوينت شو بكتب؟ يلا يا محمد. محمد محل البوينت شو قلنا بنكتب؟ نكتب the word. نكتب the word and. So محل البوينت شو بنكتب؟
And.
برافو يا محمد. هلا بدي اقسم البارت شو في عندي؟
3.
مزبوط ما في غيرها هالثري لحالها. But don't forget that you have to tell me that
PHS.
3 what?
Tenths.
برافو يا محمد. 3 tenths. Excellent. So this is the word form. Okay? يلا يا حسين.
Okay. Yes, miss.
يلا.
9 and 20.
20 صح؟
23.
23 برافو. 23 what؟
Tenths.
لا. كم digit عنا؟ The first digit is
2.
ركز معي. 2 هي
20.
حسين ركز معي حبيبي اسمعني. 2 بأي digit؟ tenths صح؟ ال 3
Yes. بالونث.
لا ما قلنا أول كلمة قلتها ما في شيء اسمه ones. في شيء اسمه أول digit بالتنثs بعدين بعد التنثs شو في؟ hundreds. So 3 hundreds. ماشي يا حسين؟
اوكي.
يلا يا تالا.
Yes.
يلا تالا.
20 and
20 خليني بس اكتبها in red. Yeah. 20 and
47.
47. What?
Hundreds.
لا يا miss count. عنا zero is in the
Thousands.
يا miss على فكرة حاسة حتى ما شرحت شيء. أول digit بعد البوينت قلنا شو فيها؟ يا مس هون نسيتوا هون؟ بعدنا هلا حاكينهم. أول digit بعد البوينت شو بتكون؟
10.
بعدين
Hundreds.
بعدين
Thousand.
يعني هون أول digit
Tens.
بعدين
Hundred.
آخر شيء
Thousand.
يعني what do I need to write here?
Thousand.
Very good. Thousands. Okay. يلا هلا بدي يوسف. يلا يا يوسف.
Yes.
يلا. يلا write. give me.
37 and 3.
حبيبي صرنا بآخر وحدة نحن هون بإيد آخر وحدة يا مس. شفتها؟
اوكي.
Yeah. Start.
100 and
100 and
1.
برافو. بأي digit هيدي؟ يلا خلينا نعد مع بعض. أول digit
1000.
tenths.
Tens.
بعدين
I forgot.
Miss, can I make it?
يا مس ما هلا بعدني عم بشرحها يا يوسف. كنت مركز معي؟ خليك معي. هيدي شو؟ يوسف أول digit شو؟
Tens.
بعدين
10. 100.
بعدين
110. Thousands.
بعدين
10,000.
يلا نفس الشي هون. رجع عيدون. هيدي شو؟
100.
tenths بنبلش دايما
Tenth.
أول digit tenths. بعدين
100.
بعدين
Thousands.
بعد thousands
100,000.
10,000 قبل 100,000. اوكي يلا خلينا نروح ل question number 1. ب question number 1 you already have the word form and I need to write it in numbers. So you have to do follow my steps, okay? Here we have the and, so this is the point. That's the first thing you do. What do you have in the whole part? 40. So بنكتب 40 point. Before I start writing بتطلع على آخر كلمة. What's this word? دي كنت أنا عم بكتبها هون. This word is very important هون. صح؟ 1000 يعني كم digit عنا بعد البوينت؟
3.
برافو. So بحط dash 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 معناتها عندي 3 digits. But I only have 2. So وين بحط ال 2 at the end.
And we put 0, 0 in front.
And every empty place is filled with 0.
0, 0.
Okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
easy.
12 and 1200. So the first thing you do is to put point instead of the and you underline this keyword here. Yalla, we start by the whole part. What do I have in the whole part?
12.
100. 12.
12 in the whole part. هيدا الwhole part.
12.
Okay? 12. Instead of the and, we put
12.
point.
Point.
So, how many digits do I have?
2.
So,
Two.
put how many
Two.
dashes? 2 dashes.
2.
And I have 12. كيف حط على 12? 1.
1,
1,
2.
ما في empty
Two.
places. اتفقنا؟
Yes.
يلا 80 and 80 10,000. هيدي لازم تكون THS هون. اوكي؟ يلا. So بس شوف الآن شو بحط؟
Point.
And I underline this keyword. يلا, what do I have in the whole part?
80.
80. Point. How
Point.
many dashes?
4 dashes. 4 dashes.
4 dashes.
4 dashes.
برافو يا حسين. يلا. I have only 80. وين بحط ال 80?
At the last.
At the end.
At the end.
At the last 2.
And what about the first 2?
0.
0, 0.
Zeros.
برافو يا بس. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
يلا. هلا بدي حسن أرعوني. حسن؟
Yes.
يلا, true or false? The first one. Is 2.01 the same as 2.010? What do you think?
No. False.
لا بلا true يا حسن. تعرف ليه؟ حساعدك. أنا قلت كلمة، قلت إنه الزيرو اللي بتكون at the end I can cross it out because it's useless. So what do you think هلا؟
True.
true. برافو يا حسن. لمار؟
Yes, miss.
يلا number B 2.01 and 2.001. What do you think?
Yes, it's true.
لمار كيف true؟ 2.01
Miss
مثل
false. False.
عم بحكي مع لمار بليز. لمار هون عندنا 2.01 يعني ال1 بالهندردز. هون عندنا 2.001 يعني ال1 بالثاوزندز. So are they the same?
Oh, no.
Okay, great. يلا لانا. C. Is 2.001 the same as 2.100?
Miss me?
Yes, you.
Is 2.001 equal to 20100?
2.100. Is it the same?
Yeah.
What do you
Miss,
think,
where
Lana?
is it?
Yeah, miss, it's part C. عملت لك underline عليها.
Miss, where is it? In A. Oh, 2.001?
Yes, and 2.100.
Oh, okay. No, they are not the same.
Very good. يلا غنى محفوظ.
Yes.
يلا part D. Is 2.10 the same as 2.010?
Oh.
يلا غنى. What do you think?
False.
برافو غنى. It's false. Very good. يلا هلا بدي هادي.
true.
يلا this is true. برافو يا هادي لأنه those zeros are useless. Excellent. غنى وفرح.
Yes.
يلا part F. What do you think?
False.
No, it's true يا غنى.
True.
يا فرح سوري لأنه هيدي الزيرو it's useless.
Yes.
اوكي. بعد عندي حسن، زهراء، علي حشوش، علي حمود، وآية جابر. ما قدرت أعطيكم turn, but next time when we solve the worksheet, I'm going to start by you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. First of all, let me take the attendance. هلا برجع بحكيكم. Yeah.